What's up guys, welcome to brobeatz. Today I'm going to show you how to make dark Christmas bells both in ElectraX and Omnisphere. So let's just get started. We're going to start in ElectraX obviously. So the first thing that you want to do is initialize it or just reset it so it's completely new. Everything's set to 0. So go ahead and let that load up. Alright, so first thing you want to do is select your wavetable. You can also import a sample if you want, do some analog stuff, whatever you want, but for now I'm just going to go with the bell right here. Click that. So now you're all set in this window. Okay, now the second thing that you want to do is make it a bell, and how you do that is with this volume envelope. So the first thing I do is just take this attack and put it up just a little bit. You can put it up as high as you want, but I just do it a little bit because it's going to take out that click. And I'll just show you what the sound sounds like right now. Okay, so next thing I do is, this is not a pad, right? So we're going to take that sustain and turn it all the way down, and then you can play with the decay, and this is going to give you that release. So if I turn it all the way up and then turn it down, so I like it somewhere like here. Okay, so now is the best part, or the part that's most important really, is like the effects. You can put reverb, anything that you want and you feel, you can get creative with it. So this one, I usually just go with like infinity or glass for bells, just because glass, I don't know, it just kind of goes with the bell. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of listen to it. So I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. Okay, so I like that. So now we can stop there and we can go to synth 2. Okay, so same thing with this one, except we're gonna create some undertones. So I would usually use like a sine wave for this, and the one that I usually use is like the sine square. So let's click that, and then you can see it's a square shape, and then we want it to be smooth. All right, so we're going to turn this knob here all the way to the left. All right, and then I'll show you what it sounds like right now. Okay, now you see that click. We don't want that click, so again, turn that attack. We can turn up a little bit more. All right, and it's going to get rid of that click. Now same thing, turn this down, decay. Okay, so one thing we're gonna do different on this one is mess with the filter, or like the EQ. So it's already set to this. We don't need to really go in here and mess with it, anything. So usually I just turn the cutoff like around this area. So somewhere around here for this type of sound, because I don't want it to like overtake the first synth we did. So I just want it to be kind of in the background. And then for our effects, I usually almost always use like a multi-tap or a ping pong, but I prefer the multi-tap. It just sounds better to me. And we can just listen. I'll turn it down a little bit. So I'm gonna turn that feedback down. And then I don't really like when it detunes. And then let's turn that dotted to 1. Okay, so last thing is we're gonna mix this into the first one. So I'm just turning it down all the way and just bring it up. Okay, I like that. So now let's move to the last one, synth 3. All right, and this will be usually like a really high tone. So what we're gonna do is click here and we can go to sine saw. Same thing, turn all the way down. And then over here, just flick it up once, so it's on the 2nd octave. Okay. And then the next thing we could do is go to the envelope, and same thing, except we can bring the attack up a little bit more. Turn that sustain down, and we could do something different. Keep that decay the same. All right. And then the last thing we're going to do, like, we could put a delay effect or something like that. I usually put this on 1. if I can find it. And then I think that's pretty good. Let's turn that feedback down. Okay, so I like that. So now what we're gonna do is the master effects. Now you can put a compressor on or whatever. I usually go with like a chorus or something, just kind of widens the sound. And I think this is good. We probably will turn it down a little bit. Okay, so that's how you make a dark bell in ElectraX. And to save it, just go to File, Save As, and then name it and save it. All right, so now we're gonna move on to Omnisphere. All right, so now we're in Omnisphere, and the first thing you wanna do is go to Utility and go to Clear Patch, and this is gonna set everything to 0. All right, and the first thing I do when I make bells, I just turn down this knob just a bit. You don't have to do this. I just don't like those super high frequencies, so I turn that down. We're gonna go here, go to synth. You can kind of choose what you want. You can shape any sound or any type of wave how you want it, but for now we can just go to the bells and we can just choose something. Let's go a low bit. I've never used this one before, so I'll just play it. It's probably not gonna sound that good how it is, but let's play it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is turn that sustain down, the attack up just a tiny bit so it doesn't click. And for the K, if you want an exact number, usually I go about 1 second. So go down to about 1 second, and that usually sounds pretty good for bells. So I'll play it. All right, so now let's move on to the second sound, B. Let's turn that on. Make sure you turn this on. Synth, and you can choose a sine here, or you can go classic waveforms, whatever, but I'm gonna just use one that I used before. I'm gonna use this one right here. If you want to know the exact preset, same thing, turn the decay to 1, somewhere around there. Let's play it. It should give us like some lower undertones. And the reason I choose this one over the regular sine is because this one will give us two, like, it just sounds muddy sometimes, but this one is just, I like the way this one is. So let's move on to the next one. All right, and feel free to get creative and use some other stuff if you want to. So with this one, I'm going to actually pull up a sample. So we click here. Now make sure it's in core library, because if you're using other libraries and you're trying to sell your patches, some people might not have those sound sources. So you want to use default sound sources. So go here, and then we can go to like acoustics, and we can use like a music box, kind of give us that like that feel. So let's listen to this real quick. I just want to see what this sounds like alone. Turn that down about 1 second as well. Just play it all together. Okay, so I like that. So now let's go to effects. Now with the effects, it's kind of up to you, because there's a lot of effects in Omnisphere. Probably too many to go across because they have a ton of presets. But usually I will use this thing called Inner Space. This is a really cool plugin. You can turn this down somewhere, so we can just look for some stuff to use. We can use like space. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can just really experiment with some stuff. Let's try this. All right, and then I don't know, we could do reverse. Sounds pretty nice. I don't know. Let's try this one. All right, so that's kind of the atmosphere I'm going for. So now let's move on to B. And usually on the second one, or like these, I just use a delay, and we go like 2 times delay. I really like the 2 times delay. And with this, I usually turn this down just a bit, and we could go like a half. And all right, so that sounds pretty nice to me. I don't want it to like overtake the first sound. I just want it to be very subtle. So let's go to C. So let's take out some frequencies, and all we have to do is take out the low. And let's add a delay. It could be something simple. We could just leave it and maybe just adjust the volume. Okay, sounds pretty good to me. So the last thing you want to do is go to common, and this is pretty much like your master track. What I'll usually do is just use like what is it? The 2 limiter. All right, and then usually you can just kind of wiggle this back and forth. You see how it affects it? And I usually just put it somewhere like right above where it starts to affect the sound, the volume. And that's pretty good. So if you can wiggle it here and it's like making it wobble, then you probably want to ease up a bit. So that's how I kind of do that. Leave everything the same. So that's pretty much it. And then how you save, you just go up here, save patch as, and then you put like your information in and what you want to name it and stuff. And that's pretty much it. So that's how you make a Dark Christmas bell. Hopefully this tutorial helped you out. Like, comment, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.